So this is a durian. It's one of my favorites. As you guys know, it's notorious for smelling really bad or being deliciously creamy. So I'm just going to show you guys how to cut this because it can be a bit unknown on how to do it. Yeah, so just taking off the skin. So can you guys see how there's like a big lump here and here? You want to cut just before this line. See how it kind of merges? You want to cut in between. So that's somewhere around here. It is a bit spiky. And then how you know it's the right spot is that it's really easy to cut into. So we've bought it from the freezer at the supermarket about 2-3 hours ago. It still might be frozen, not sure, but we're about to find out. And of course, because you're dealing with a knife, try to be careful. Get a sharp knife as well. Then once those two are cut, you just kind of like cut the bottom part and rip it open. You'll see a little baby. And it's still kind of frozen, which is a shame. You'd use a spoon, but it doesn't really matter which way, what you use. So it's still a bit frozen, so I might have to wait, to be honest, maybe another hour for it to defrost naturally. Nice. That's good. So now I'm just going to cut again. So let's go to this part. So see how there's a big thing here? And see how this part's darker than the rest? Darker, darker. You're going to cut again in between this main point and the dark point. Again, so it should be quite easy if you have a good knife. This knife, to be honest, is not that sharp, so this looks like a $5 Kmart knife or something. It's probably a good idea to invest in knives. Don't want it flying around anywhere. Or maybe it's so hard because it's still frozen. It's probably good enough for me. Just cut a square somewhere here. And then cut again. So this one looks like quite a small one. Although the interesting thing about durian is that although it looks big from the outside, what you actually get on the inside isn't actually that much. So looks can be deceiving. That's pretty good. So I can probably open it now if I cut it properly. Got this? See? Beautiful. Perfect cut. Whoops. Can you smell it?
Not really.
Whoops. So it's definitely still frozen, so it's not ready to eat yet. It still needs to defrost naturally. See, the thing with durian is that after it starts defrosting, you want to eat it straight away. Because if you leave it in the fridge, the taste is, the next day is not going to be the same. Okay, so I just had a taste. This is an A-grade durian. Yeah, so it does take some pain tolerance to cut this, because as you can see, putting your hands in between these prickly things is going to give you a lot of dots. See my hands? So you're going to have to be prepared for it unless you wear a glove, which is a very smart idea. But I'm used to this, so it's fine. You know? When you're talking about your favorite fruit, I guess it's a fruit, hey, because there's seeds inside. So durian is a fruit. It's the biggest fruit I've ever seen in my life. Still don't think I cut the hole well enough. What did I? Oh. Okay, I really should be using a spoon just to maintain its shape, because I don't want to ruin its beauty. But yes, there is a secret actually to picking good durian, and luckily this little gem was still left on the freezer section. Yep, just hold it there. So just a little bit for a little taster. It's going to be so delicious. I'm going to give it to my assistant, or AKA girlfriend. Rainy, I picked a good one, Rainy. Doesn't get any better than this. Ready? So, as you can see, because you see some like skinny parts here, or it's kind of like all bunched together if you look at the little horns, that means the durian is still young, like it still can grow. And you can see here, right? See that little piece there, and then it stops here. Or this little big piece here, and it goes up here, but then it's not growing. Same, well, this one's okay, and then we have this last bit. So looks can be deceiving unless you've seen a lot of durian. It's really hard to tell for the average consumer if a durian is young, you know, mid or old, which is quite interesting. Just cutting the last piece here, and looks like we're not gonna wait for it to defrost, because we're just gonna eat it the ice cream flavors. So we're just gonna keep cutting. Yeah, stick to the open ones, so that pretty much the ones with the light colors, and you should be good. Final one to open. Yummy. Let's rip that off. I know the vegan community is obsessed with jackfruit, but if you guys never heard of durian, that's like 1 billion times better than jackfruit. So I know I probably should say this at the start, but durian is my favorite fruit, my favorite thing to eat in the whole wide world. Like nothing comes close. Oop. Well, I failed opening that. We all make mistakes. Oh, that's why, because it's still frozen, doesn't want to come out. See that part? It's kind of still growing, but because it's still growing, it's so hard to cut. So I just might need to cut a bit more up here, just so I can, just to make it easier to get that little piece out. Get them when they're young, right? It's so delicious. Just scooping it with the knife I have. Last resort. We might actually leave it in there. So just to sum up, this durian weighed about 1.6 kilos. It was selling at about $8 a kilo, so it was about $13. And how many pieces did we get out of it? One, there might be one more there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces. So it's about $3 a piece or so. But it is incredibly delicious. On that note, that's it, and hope you guys try some durian soon, because it's the most delicious thing you'll ever taste. It's just like so creamy. You guys would never guess, but this is the most creamiest thing you could ever eat. Like even if you compare it to like mayonnaise, aioli, milkshake, avocados, guacamole, this is by far the creamiest thing you could eat in the whole wide world. And I just converted my girlfriend, so she loves durian now. After I converted her with a longan, with longans, now she loves durian as well. Yeah, that's all I had to say. It's so nice. Look at this golden, beautiful shape. It's just perfect. Like, how can you say no to this? Delicious. Durian, lovely. It's just amazing. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Delicious, creamy, amazing, heaven, wonderful. This is what life is all about.